All right, so I've had a lot of requests for supplemental, and I could talk about supplemental for 45 years straight. So I'm going to try to not be too long winded and break it down into short, succinct segments. Yeah, just don't hold your breath. All right, so supplemental. If it's now today and you know that you had your shit together, you studied the 38 CFR, the M21, you know that, let's just say, for instance, it was for headaches. And you had a headache log. You had, you've got medicine. You have a medicine log. You went to your CMP exam. Let's just say that it was for, like a direct. You know what? I'll do headaches in this video, and I will do like separate scenarios for headaches. So say that you were filing direct, you had in-service complaints of headaches. And then you did all your homework, and you did the log, you did the medicine log, you did the descriptors of just, how you feel, etc. And you're feeling fucking amazing about your claim, and then it's freaking denied. Right now, because of the quality and allegedly the quality of these VSRs and the VA employees, I would, if your claim was really well put together, I would do a higher level review. And so the difference between a supplemental lane, we call them lanes. So you've got supplemental lane, you've got your higher level review, and then you have your BVA. I'm not going to really touch upon the BVA right now. So you have to pick a lane. You are keeping this like door stop in this door. So you want to continuously pursue this claim. So you always want your hands in it, right? You don't want to let a year pass before you be like, fuck this shit. Like, they fucked me. You want to immediately, you can either do like an intent to file for that supplemental, or you can immediately just, fill out the application. So let's just say that you decide to do the HLR. I do honestly suggest you guys do the HLR because so many people make mistakes. There's a lot of new employees that are coming on, and they may or may not be the best that you can get. So you fill out your HLR, and the only difference between the HLR and the supplemental is that the HLR, you can't provide any new evidence. But if you know, and I only say this, like if you friggin' know that you got jacked, like without a shadow of a doubt, I want you to do an HLR and state the reason why you think that that you want someone to look at it. So let's just say that it comes back and you get denied, that they couldn't find anything wrong with it. Then I highly suggest that you want to look at your summary sheet. In that summary sheet, it is going to tell you all of the evidence that was used and provided. So let's just say for shits and giggles, Air Force 20 to 24, you've got a lay statement, you've got Capri records, meaning like VAMC, let's just say like Togus VA. And you've got your DPRIS. And let's say that that's it. That's all that was provided. And you still got denied, right? Well, what are we missing? That headache log was not on that summary. Your medication log was not on that summary. So right there, boom, like they screwed up. Another thing that you want to make sure of that I see so much, you guys, like I cannot even tell you how important this is. So you guys know that like when you get out of like active duty, let's just say that you're like, I'm getting out of active duty, and then you're like, shit, I'm going to go into the reserves. And let's just say it was like 2 years had passed from the time that you were active duty, and then you went reserves. And let's say that in between that you filed a claim, and I don't know, you got service connected for like tinnitus and hearing loss. And then you finally got out of the reserves. You did like a year or two in the reserves. And then you get out of the reserves and you, like, a bunch of shit happened to you. Like, you deployed, but you didn't deploy in your first period. You broke your elbow in the reserves. And then you file this claim and they deny you because your STRs are silent. So what happens is your active duty records were uploaded to VBMS, and because you joined the reserves, and then you got out and filed a claim, those records the VA doesn't have. So these friggin' people are making decisions on records that they don't even have. These records are still most likely at your unit. So if you know that you were active on Title 10, or if you did National Guard and you happen to get active on Title 10 or USC 32, do not quote me on that or crucify me. I don't have the guidance open. They're not checking, you guys. They're not checking. Records are always the things that are so screwed up. So before you even decide if you're doing HLR or supplemental, you look at that summary sheet and what was the evidence that the rater was even looking at? Like, do they have, if you knew that you went to 18 different VAMC hospitals, but you're not seeing that on the list of evidence, you have a friggin' problem in your favor. VA screwed up. So that's your new and relevant evidence. So on the supplemental claim, and I'm going to try to get in more depth and detail, but I kind of just wanted to give you a broad overview on, because I feel bad for you guys, man. It's like you run out of fucking new evidence. You're like, holy shit, I don't have anything else to upload. I know that I was diagnosed in service with headaches. Another thing that's big is, let's see. Oh yeah, like how you guys are claiming these. It blows my mind. And I'm not laughing at your expense, you guys, because at this point, it's just like we're all getting punked. Like, when's Ashton Kutcher going to come out? So that I see that, I cannot tell you how many times I see this on a daily basis, where you guys are filing a 526EZ and you're saying, oh shit, what's a good one? Back pain, like you're service connected for back pain, and then you're filing right knee or bilat knees, secondary to your low back pain, because of how when you guys are entering this on va.gov, because of how the computer just fucks everything up, and then it squishes everything down, or half the time people don't read, and the first thing that's going to pop up says bilateral knees, and then they don't bother to read the rest, claimed secondary to low back pain. And then how they order those exams is just low back pain, and they're not doing it secondary. So automatically these people they're not seeing, of course they're not going to find it in your freaking records, because it didn't happen in service. It happened because of your service connected low back pain. So keep an eye out on that. I don't think that you guys can't see how it was ordered. The only way that you can see, and I just recently went to my own set of exams, and I'm going to do a whole friggin', that was scary, how I didn't realize how bad it was, you guys. So I know that a lot of these claims are being denied because of the CMP exams as well. So hold on, I'm trying to focus. Hold on. Shit, I just lost my train of thought. So it's just oh yeah, because you don't know how these exams are being ordered. So I would advise you to pick up the phone. I can't promise you that you're gonna get someone that knows what they're talking about on the other end of the phone. But when you can do two things, you can call 1-800-827-1000, press 0 to speak to a human being if they exist, and I would ask them, hey, I want to know. The operator has access to your whole folder, and just ask them, can you please open up the exam request and tell me how these exams were requested? Because if they were not requested right, then I mean, you could say fuck it and go to the exam and just kind of see like what's, like what's happening, like how long do they last, all that stuff. Or you can immediately say, no, this needs to be canceled. I requested this secondary to my low back pain, not direct. And if you can't get anywhere with the VA people, call back the examiner, like the VES or that 1-800 number, and ask them, just say, hey, how is this requested? And they should be able to tell you. You guys, I did this it was a nightmare. My friend was here with me when I was talking to these people, and we were just like, this isn't happening. Like, there's no way that this is real life. No one knows anything. Like, what the hell is happening? They'll call you to request the appointment, then they text you, then they send a FedEx package, and then they cancel it, and then they call you back, and then they send another package. It is the most absolute, it's like the fucking Twilight Zone. It's in frigging sane. So that's one portion of, like, you really kind of have to make a spreadsheet of like, where is your claim, and like what, you have to know what the hell is going on, because you cannot trust anyone, even the medical examiners. Like, when I went to some of my appointments, I would obviously not tell them that I know VA law and stuff. And they would be like, what, wait, you're here for, I'm like, why am I here? I'm like, I don't know what exam this is, because you guys don't ever tell me. You guys just give me an address and show up, and I have no idea why I'm here. And they'll like flip through the paper because they print it off, and they'll look and look. And I had so much misinformation given to me. Like, some of these CMP examiners are like, yeah, you got to do a PTSD exam every 4 to 6 months. And I was like, oh, I'm like, really? I said, I'm not here for PTSD. And they're like, and then they'd be like, oh, what you're here for? And I would just let them just like, you guys, it was fucking awful. So I would 100% after your CMP exam, if you thought it was a fucking like shit show, I would call 1-800-827-1000 and just get it documented and say that I am not satisfied with this exam. And, like, you can request another one, or you could wait it out. Another thing that I don't know, of the contractors that are out there, VES seems to be very vet friendly. I was just recently told that it just got bought, but I really haven't rabbit holed that down there at all. So I don't know. But yeah, so I guess like this is like an intro to supplemental HLR, and I kind of just wanted to give you guys a bigger picture of, holy fuck, it is bad. Like, it's really bad. No wonder you guys are getting screwed so much. Oh, and another thing that's happening all the time, and like a lot of you guys on the Reddit thread, that's my dog, but he has sleep apnea, but it's not in his STRs, right, Oscar? So he's probably not going to get service connected. It's not funny. I'm just trying to make it funny, you guys. Okay, so the bots, there's two things. The bots are just auto RFDing everything. So a lot of you guys are like, what the hell? I just applied yesterday. These claims are going really fast. It's already at rating. Yeah, because probably a robot did it, and the robots are crawling your VA records, and if it's there, that's a good thing, but you're still not getting an exam. So what I think that the bots are doing is they're trying to cut down on, I have no idea if this is accurate. This is my conspiracy theory side coming out. I don't know if they're trying, because if we were to really, really, really follow the M21 and the 38 CFR, do you know that if you have enough evidence in your medical file to make a decision, they are not supposed to give you guys an exam. They're supposed to rate that. But I digress. I'm not even going there. Not going there at all. So you want to make sure that if it was auto RFD'd, and that's the unfortunate part, is that you guys really don't have that much power. Like those people on that 1-800 number, like I was saying, my buddy was here like listening to me, and she was just like, what the fuck is actually happening? No one knows what they're talking about. I mean, you can try. I don't know, but I would definitely 100% if it got auto RFD'd and you didn't get an exam and you got denied, I would immediately file a supplemental. Keep that that date. You just want to like umbilical cord yourself to get that back pay, and just say that I never got an exam. The VA, you're supposed to do the benefit of the doubt and all that stuff. I was going to tell you guys another thing. So there's a lot of new VA employees, and okay, it's not funny. And again, when I laugh, it's because of my frustration. I'm not laughing at you guys. I don't want to apologize for offending anybody because that's not who I am as a person. It's just so infuriating, you guys. Anyways, so these people that are new, there's a lot of new raiders and there's a lot of new developers, like the VSRs, and they'll like get your claims. Like audio and tinnitus are like pretty much, you would never not get an exam for those. And like these people are just auto RFD, or they're not auto RFDing, they're RFDing it, being like, like service treatment records silent for complaints of ringing in the ears, stuff like that. So you have to, when I tell you guys, you have to like helicopter your claim, I promise you, I'm not friggin' lying. Like, you have got to know what the hell you're doing. You've got to know the laws. You've got to know that if you don't have anything in your records, because half of you guys couldn't, like you get your freaking nuts kicked in and made fun of if you went, to the doc. You have to do the 3 elements, and I'm not going to get too much into it, but the veteran is competent to be like, dude, my fucking elbow hurts. God, remember when I hit it on the fucking wing of the plane and then you and your buddy are laughing, you go chug beers after. That is good. Write that down. It's where you guys get yourself screwed is like when you put elbow pain. And that's it. And you could say elbow pain happened in service, hit it on the flight deck or whatever. Well, you're not lying, but it's really no different hold on, he's scratching. It's really no different. Okay. It's really no different than like when something really freaking happened and you just take the time to write it. You want to paint this picture where this idiot that's getting your claim cannot not believe you. So like when I was stationed at MacDill, I was, cargo maintenance. It what happened on this day. I was stationed with this guy and I didn't go to the flight dock, because then you can go in and be like, okay, he really was stationed at MacDill in June. There was, an event going on. It doesn't even have to be an event because it's just they're markers, right? Because unfortunately, so many people do lie. But if you take the time to explain it, it's so much more believable, right? It's no different than if I were like to put some dumb review on, if I had like a website or something, and I'm faking people's comments and they're like, yeah, amazing, great, helped me out. But if you were reading stuff like, I was suffering from depression, I had no idea what to do, I felt alone, she helped me for free, got me to 70%, like things like that, that's way more believable than just some random anything and anyone could do it. All right, this is getting a little breathy, so I'm gonna end it. So this is gonna be like my first video, and then I'll get into like details. So basically the whole point of this video was to let you guys know you're not crazy. Everything's getting denied because people don't get trained properly. And now my eyes are open to a whole nother. I knew that these examiners were garbage. I did not realize how bad it was until I just recently went through it, and it was so laughable. Like I I couldn't believe what was happening. It was so bad that I kind of walked away. And of course, I get emotionally attached to you guys, but I really get emotionally attached to, you know, like my PTSD and especially my Vietnam vets. It's just not fair. Like, it's not fair. Like, you want to be one and done when you're talking about, you know, like your PTSD. You don't want to have to keep reliving it. And just to see like these people, I didn't know. I have stories for days about my experience. I just can't believe that some of these places are even operable, and how these Vietnam veterans and older people get to them, because they're like in these old, like these buildings that are like 8,000 square feet. And you're like, well, where the hell do I go? It doesn't say on the exam. It doesn't even tell you what you're going for. It doesn't even tell you, it tells you how to get there. But then you walk in and it's like this huge building. And I'm like, well, what friggin' floor is it? There's no signage at all. Anyways, I'm squirreling. But if I was a betting man, I was so more intrigued with the fact that the guy wasn't even listening. He was just typing everything. I'm like, how does he even know what? Because I'm just talking, right? But he's just typing. And I was like, dude, like, are you actually getting everything that I'm saying? So you guys, like, if you're going to these exams, fucking talk slow. Let him type. Shut your fucking mouth. He's going to ask another question. I'd even print off the fucking DBQ and make sure they go through every frigging single thing on that DBQ. And you just got to be careful, you guys. I know that I'm trying to like make light of the situation, but it's not funny. You know, it's so unfortunate. And I'm not sure what's happening or going to happen with these bots and how that's going to be. And I don't know, you guys. But anyways, I'm going to get off this because I've talked for 22 minutes. And I don't know. I wish you guys the best of luck. And just you gotta know your claim. The biggest take away is you want to know your periods of service. On that summary sheet, you guys, the summary sheet is going to tell you everything that they use, everything that the doctor saw. Okay. And if in that summary portion, you didn't see something that you uploaded, then you can do an HLR and just say, hey, I noticed on my summary sheet, they did not use my headache log, my medicine log. But the only thing with an HLR is you can't submit anything new. So don't waste your new evidence on uploading it for that HLR. And then when that HLR comes back, and they seem to be actually going relatively quickly, to be fair. Word to the wise, if you're going to do an HLR, do not request an in-person. Those things take frigging forever. Just do it over the phone. And then if you're going to do the supplemental route, new evidence can be a new theory of service connection. Do you know that the VA is supposed to consider all theories of service connection? So if you did not get a Terra medical opinion for your headaches, a MUCME for your headaches, you just got a direct. That's a duty to assist error. That can you can either go HLR or supplemental. But anyways, you guys, all right, if you have any suggestions for these supplementals, I know there's a bunch of you guys that had asked, but you guys weren't specific on it. So, all right, I will get to work on creating some more content. Bye, you guys. Have a good week.